गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय ललिता विशाखा जय राधे श्याम ललिता विशाखा जय राधे श्याम जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय प्रभुपाद नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवता उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. So we'll recite the verse, Canto 10, Chapter 81, text number 29 to 32. So I am reading because there are 6 verses. payaḥ-phena-nibhāḥ śayyā dāntā rukma-paricchadāḥ paryaṅkā hema-daṇḍāni cāmara-vyajanāni ca āsanāni ca haimāni mṛdūpastaraṇi ca muktā-dāma-vilambīni vitānāni dyumanti ca svaccha-sphaṭika-kuḍyeṣu mahā-mārakateṣu ca ratna-dīpān bhrājamānān lalanā ratna-saṁyutāḥ vilokya brāhmaṇas tatra samṛddhīḥ sarva-sampadām tarkayām nirvyagraḥ sva-samṛddhim hetukim नूनं वतेतं मम दुर्भगस्य शश्वदरिद्रस्य समृद्धिहेतुः महाविभूतेरवलोकतोऽन्यो नैवोपपद्येत् यदुत्तमस्य। So text number 34. नन्वब्रुवाणो दिशते समक्षम् याचिष्णवे भूर्यपि भूरि भोजः पर्जन्यवत्त स्वयमेक्षमाणो दाशार्ह कानमृषभ नन्वब्रुवाणो दिशते समक्षम् याचिष्णवे भूर्यपि भूरि भोजः पर्जन्यवत्त स्वयमेक्षमाणो दाशार्हकानामृषभः सखा मे नन्वब्रुवाणो दिशते समक्षम् याचिष्णवे भूर्यपि भूरि भोजः पर्जन्यवत्त स्वयमेक्षमाणो दाशार्ह कानमृषभ सखा मे नन्वब्रुवाणो दिशते समक्षम् याचिष्णवे भूरि भोजः स्वयमेक्षमाणो शुभ-सखा मे। नन्वा ब्रुवाणो दिशते समक्षम् याचिष्णवे भूर्यपि भूरिभोजः पर्जन्यवत स्वयमेक्षमाणो दाशारकानां सभा-सखा मे। माताजी, ब्रुवाणो दिशते समक्षम् याचिष्णवे भूर्यपि भूरिभोजः पर्जन्यवत स्वयमेक्षमाणो नाशायः ब्रुवाणो दिशते समक्षम् याचिष्णवे भूर्यपि भूरिभोजः Meaning, Nanu, after all, Abruvana, not speaking. Disete, he has given. Samaksham, in his presence. Yachishnave, to him who was intending to beg. Bhuri, plentiful. Api, even. Bhuri, of plentiful. Bhojah, the enjoyer. Parjanyavat, like a cloud. Tat, that. Swayam, himself. Ikshamanah, seeing. Dasharhakanam, of the descendants of the king Dasharha. Rishabha, the most exalted. Sakha, friend. Me, my. Translation. After all, my friend Krishna, the most exalted of the Darshahas and the enjoyer of unlimited wealth, noticed that I secretly intended to beg from him. Thus, even though he said nothing about it, when I stood before him, he actually bestowed upon me the most abundant riches. In this way, he acted just like a merciful rain cloud. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada disciples. Sri Krishna is Bhuri Bhoja, the unlimited enjoyer. He didn't tell Sudama how he was going to fulfill his unspoken request, because according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, he was thinking at the time, my dear friend has given me these grains of rice which are greater than all the treasures I own, even though in his own house he had no such gift to bring me. He took the trouble of begging it from a neighbor. Therefore, it is only proper that I give him something more valuable possessions. But nothing is equal to or greater than what I possess. So all I can do is give him such meager things as the treasures of Indra, Brahma and other demigods. Embarrassed at being unable to properly reciprocate his devotees' offering, Lord Krishna bestowed his favor on the Brahmana silently. The Lord acted just like a magnanimous rain cloud which provides the necessities of life for everyone near and far, but feels ashamed that its rain is too insignificant a gift to give in return for the abundant offerings that farmers make to it. Out of shame, the cloud may wait until night time, when the farmers are asleep, before watering their fields. The chiefs of the Darshaha clan, with whom Lord Krishna is identified in this verse, were especially renowned for their generosity. So we'll take the translation of previous verses also, verse 29. In Sudama's home were beds as soft and white as the foam of milk, with bed sheets made of ivory and ornamented with gold. There were also couches with golden legs, as well as royal charmer fans, golden thrones, soft cushions, and gleaming canopies hung with strings of pearls. Upon the walls of sparkling crystal glass, inlaid with precious emeralds, shone jeweled lamps, and the women in the palace were all adorned with precious gems. As he viewed this luxurious opulence of all varieties, the Brahmana calmly reasoned to himself about his unexpected prosperity. Next, Sudama thought, I have always been poor. Certainly, the only possible way that such an unfortunate person as myself could become suddenly rich is that Lord Krishna, the supremely opulent chief of the Yadu dynasty, has glanced upon me. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya-manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagan Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitansha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vyasya Kripa Sindhubhe Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Mrishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. So first of all, this is my first Srimad Bhagavatam class in Sri Vrindavan Dham. So I thought one day I will do this such seva, but I never thought that it will come so soon. So I have been given the opportunity to explain a little. So for my own purification, I accepted this service. And if there are if there will be some mistakes, then please forgive for this. And I seek the blessings of all of you devotees. So in the verse 29 to 32, here we have already seen that Sudama, he has been bestowed by Lord Krishna silently with all the luxuries, all the opulences of the demigods. Even he ordered the demigod Vishwakarma ji that the palace of Sudama, my dear friend and devotee, his palace should not be less than my palace. Even it should be better than my palace. We heard in the previous classes. So now when Sudama has reached his home, he is seeing the opulences. In the last verse we saw it became difficult for him to recognize his wife also. He thought that the lady standing is some demigoddess. So in the material world, when Sudama was seeing the opulences, I was thinking that in material world, people are running after acquiring opulences, acquiring money. They work day and night. And Srila Prabhupada in one of his lectures, he explains the pa-varga, pa for parishrama, hard work. People do very hard work, day and night, like asses. Why asses? Because they want little grass. But for little grass, they work day and night. So pa for parishram, hard work. And while doing so much of hard work, the result is for fen in Hindi or English, foam. Foams come out from the mouth of the conditioned souls. And then it is vyartha, it is useless, because at the end of the day, the end of the life, nothing goes with the living entities. Everything remains here in this material world. He has to leave everything here. And then bha describes bhaya, fear. Even after doing so much of hard work day and night, the living entities, the conditioned souls, they are always in fear. What will happen next? How will be my future? They are always in anxiety and fear. And at the end, mrityu, the death, the personification of Lord Krishna's energy, Lord Krishna himself, it takes away everything, whatever he has acquired in the whole life. So when Vaishnav poet Govindas, he sings, Shita atapa vatavarishana edina yamini jagire. So Shita, it's very cold, in cold, atapa, scorching heat, vata, strong winds, and varishan, too much of rain. Even in mid of these all things in the life, the conditioned soul, they struggle very hard. They work and work. Edina yamini jagire. They work in day and they don't sleep at night also. Vifala se vinu kripana durjana chapala sukhalava lagire. So for what? So for chapala sukh, for very little sense gratification, the conditioned souls are struggling in this material world. And they are serving whom? The kripana, the durjana, those who are not good people, those who are misers, they are serving them. Therefore Govinda sings, Bhajahure mana Shri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanar Vindare. That, oh, my mind, please sing the glories of Lord Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, the Nandan. Please fix your intelligence upon the lotus feet of Sri Nanda Nandan, whose lotus feet gives fearlessness, who bestows Abhaya. And Sri Gaur Mohan De, he kept the name of Srila Prabhupada, Abhay Charan De, in childhood. And Abhay Charan De, when Srila Prabhupada took sannyas, his name was, his divine grace, Abhay Charnarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada means, there are two meanings of Prabhupada. The one meaning is one who always sits at the lotus feet of the Lord, who is always situated at the lotus feet of. And the other meaning is that the one who brings others, who brings the living entities to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So there are two meanings of Srila Prabhupada. So in the material world, people suffer and suffer. So in this verse, Sudama's whom we are seeing, they are very soft and white. It seems that the mattress is like foam, milk foam of milk, so soft. And bed sheets are ornamented with gold. We have never seen bed sheets ornamented with gold, golden legs, golden, Vyasasan. So these were the opulences. Prabhupada was saying in a lecture that what civilization we are living in. They call it as modern civilization, a very advanced civilization people call it. But what we are using plastic chairs. So before, like 5,000 years ago, thousands and thousands of years ago, when people think that the technology was less, but the opulences was much, much greater. They were using golden chairs. And in one lecture, Prabhupada was giving the example that when there was Rajsu-yajna, so Brahmans were gifted golden utensils. This is not Rajsu-yajna of Pandava, it's another Rajsu-yajna. So Brahmans, they were gifted golden utensils as a gift by the king. And the king, what they did? They threw it. They accepted, okay, the king has given, I should take it. So, but after accepting the gifts of golden utensils, the brāhmaṇas, they think, oh, this is such a big load, golden utensils, very, very heavy. Who will carry this to home? So let's throw it away. I don't want it. The king has given, all right, take it, but I will throw it away. So all the brāhmanas, thousands of brāhmanas, they threw all the golden utensils. And when the Kurukshetra battle was over, so money was needed, because when there is war, there is a lot of expenditure. The economy goes pretty down. So when the Kurukshetra battle was over, Yudhishthira Maharaj called his brothers that now we are in need of money. So please go and find some solution. So they approached Sri Krishna. As usual, devotee approach the Supreme Lord. Whenever devotees are in problem, we approach the Supreme Lord. So Krishna, he told Arjun that you go to the Himalayas. Once a time, long back, the Brahmanas, citing the reference that the Brahmanas, they threw the golden utensils, and you will find a mountain of gold. So much of golden utensils was thrown. So Arjuna, he went to the Himalayan region and he traced the location and found the mountain of gold, and he brought all the gold to his kingdom of Kurukshetra in Hastinapura. And that's why his name changed to Dhananjaya. From that day, his name, he was being called as Dhananjaya. So Krishna, in the material world, you see, Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma. Yatindriya pritya aprinoti. Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that people are doing a lot of hard work to acquire pieces of gold. But Krishna, he bestows, naturally the devotees, they get the gold. They get the devotion, which is much, much precious than gold. So here, Sudama got a lot of opulences. The opulences unmatched even with the demigods. But why he got such opulences? Actually, Sudama never wished. He was living in poverty. He never wished. But sometimes, while performing austerities and penances also, sometimes the sadhakas, they develop some garva. So they develop some pride. So Sudama also developed a very little pride in the corner of his heart, that I am the most unfortunate beggar, so I will live like this, I can do bhajan like that. So Krishna, who knows everything, he saw. So Krishna bestowed, in a way, in the past time, Krishna bestowed so much of wealth. So Krishna, in any way, he crushed the pride of his devotees. We have seen so many examples. He likes to crush the pride, because the pride, it is an obstacle on the path of devotion. So the devotee cannot advance. So, but the crushing of pride by the Lord, it takes place in two ways. For the demons it is different. For the devotees it is different. For the demons like Hiranyakashipu, he crushed, he kills, even after getting benedicted from Brahmaji that he will not die, he used all his intelligence to fool the system of the nature. But Krishna, he fulfilled all the benediction given by Brahmaji, and still he killed Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, whose meaning is one who wants to have so much of gold, who likes gold and soft bed. So in both things, so he crushed the pride of demons like Hiranyakashipu, and he crushes the pride of devotees like Sudama. So the difference is that it's like a cat which holds the kitten in his mouth. So the kitten feels comfortable, the kitten feels secured and lovingly. But the same cat, when he catches the mouse, it is like death to him. Krishna, he crushes the pride of both, but the effect is entirely different. So this is Krishna, and Krishna is sarva manobhikya. In the verse 2, it came sarva manobhikya. Krishna, he knows the mind of everyone. He knows everything. He is sarvagya. He is residing as a super soul, not just within ourselves, but in the cosmic manifestation. We see Krishna expands. After some time, he expands at Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So he is everywhere. And one name of Krishna is Jagat-Chakshu. That his eyes are all over the universe, on everything, every activity, every action. No one can hide from Krishna. So he is the super soul. So one pastime came to my mind, I would like to share. So one of the Srila Prabhupada disciple, he actually, the day of initiation was there on Ekadashi in foreign, and he got the name Jagat-Chakshu Das. So His Grace Jagat-Chakshu Prabhu was sharing his pastime with Srila Prabhupada. So he told that I got the name Jagat-Chakshu Das, and Srila Prabhupada, he explained that it means the servant of the eye of the world, eye of the universe. So you are the servant of the eye of the universe. You are serving whom? Krishna, who is the eye of the universe, who sees everything, each and every activity. And then, in the initiation lecture, Jagat-Chakshu Prabhu was sitting, and Prabhupada, staring at him, he pointed his finger and told, "You cannot hide from the eyes of God." And then, although in the class everyone started seeing Jagat-Chakshu Prabhu, and Jagat-Chakshu Prabhu, he was saying, now he is Maharaj, he is always Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj. So Maharaj was saying that I feel very embarrassed. Everyone was seeing me. It thought I have done something wrong. But in my mind, then I thought, wow, Srila Prabhupada can read the mind. He reached there. Because few days back after Mangal Aarti, when everyone was chanting busy in sadhana, I went to the kitchen, DT kitchen, and I had stolen a Maha-barfi sweet, and I enjoyed. So it's great. Prabhupada entered into my mind. So Krishna is Jagat-Chakshu. He can see everything. And the spiritual master, Paramatma, lies in the heart of spiritual master as well as in all of us. But Paramatma, he gives the communication, he transfers the data actually. And in this way, the spiritual master knows everything by looking on the disciple. Because the Paramatma, being seated in the heart, he records everything, all our activities. And the same Paramatma, it transfers the message to the Guru, to the Paramatma residing in the Guru, spiritual master. In this way, the spiritual master, he can know everything by the help of Paramatma, Krishna. So, Krishna, in the next verse, is showing that Krishna, Sudama, he was thinking that how I got so much of opulence. I did not decide it. How I got. And he concludes that it must be by the glance. It must be by the glance of the Lord. Otherwise there is no chance. So, regarding glance, actually when Sudama, he first of all, when he entered into the palace of Rukminiji, Krishna was being seated, he came running to welcome Sudama. And when Sudama entered into the palace in the bedroom, he sat on the personal bed of Sri Krishna and Sri Rukmani Devi. Then Krishna saw the hidden bundle within his cloth. And he was thinking, oh, you have brought something. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Krishna saw the bundle, because Krishna has eyes all over, so no one can hide anything from Krishna. So inside Sudama's garment he saw, and in the mind he was thinking, the veins showing through your emaciated skin and your ragged clothes, my dear friend, they astonish everyone here. But these symptoms of poverty will last only until tomorrow morning. So Krishna thought in the mind. So Sudama's, and then in the next verses we saw that Sudama, later on Krishna asked Sudama, my dear friend, what you have brought for me from your home, what you have brought? Because generally it is a custom whenever we visit some friend, or even when we go to in front of deities, we should give something. Someone may ask that what we will give every day as a brahmachari. So we can offer sweet words to the Lord. That we can do. That doesn't cost anything. So Sudama's garment in which it was hidden, Krishna saw. And Sudama's, he was asking later on, Sudama, what you have brought for me from your home, please tell. And Sudama was feeling embarrassed. Was feeling what I will say. I have just brought this stale rice, dried stale rice. So Sudama was saying nothing. And within the mind, the communication was taking place within Sudama and Krishna, and Rukmini not hearing. Like we stand in front of the deity and we communicate with the Supreme Lord, Krishna Balaram Gaurnita Radha Shyam Sundar. We say something to Krishna, we offer our prayers, we offer our thoughts, desires, and Krishna also reciprocates sometimes. So Sudama, he said, he bowed down his head in shame. What I will say? How I will give? How I will say that I have brought this stale rice for you, who is the husband of the goddess of fortune? So in the mind, Sudama said, my dear master, do not make me ashamed. Even if you request me again and again, today I will not follow your order. I am not going to give you this rice. So please don't pressurize me, don't make me feel ashamed. But Krishna, in the mind, entering in the minds of Sudama, he says, you don't worry, you are my devotee, you have brought it with such a great devotion. Patram pushpam phalam toyam, yome bhaktya parekshati. Bhaktya, Srila Prabhupada says that Sanatana Goswami quotes Sanatana Goswami's example, that Sanatana Goswami was offering anga bati, that too without salt. And Madan Mohanji, he was accepting. So Krishna accepts the love. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, even with love, if flower is offered to Krishna, Krishna eats even the flower, because he sees the love and not the flower. So there are many examples. Even it is said that Duryodhan ke meva tyage, sag vidurgar khaye. So Lord Krishna, when he went to negotiate in Kurukshetra, before the Kurukshetra battle, in the assembly of Hastinapur, Duryodhan invited him to enjoy the Chappan Bhoga, but Krishna, he denied. And he went to the house of Vidura, and there Vidurani, she was so much ecstatic that Lord has come to her home. So Vidurani, she was in so much of ecstasy that she peeled off the banana, and in ecstasy she pushed the banana here, and the peels she offered to Krishna. And Krishna, seeing the love, seeing the devotion in the heart of Vidurani, he ate the peel of banana. And then Vidurji sees, oh, Krishna is eating peel of banana. No. And then Vidurani and Vidur, they started crying. Tears rolled down from their eyes. So this is Krishna, Bhakta Vatsala. So Krishna says, you have present such a gift, which is full of devotion. So I will take it. And what happens? And Sudama is very, very embarrassed. He is feeling very embarrassed. You can imagine. Stale rice, very old, dried. And Krishna, at the end, he saw that Sudama will not give. Because Sudama is in a Sakhya bhav. He is a servant, but he is not in Dasya bhav. So Sakha, so the friends, they sometimes, they can say, no, I will not give you, even if you desire. So he told Krishna, I will not give you. So Krishna he snatched the bundle from the pits of Sudama, and it got down on the floor, spread. And then Krishna ate, and he bestowed the opulence of the three worlds. And now, so in this verse, now Sudama understood the loving glance of Krishna. He glanced at the first sight when Sudama met with Krishna. He glanced on the bundle hidden in the garment of Sudama. So now Sudama understood the meaning of the loving glance of Sri Krishna, and he concludes that with pleasure, the Supreme Lord Krishna, the supremely opulent chief of the Hindu dynasty, had glanced upon me. Therefore I have become suddenly rich, because it is Lord Krishna who has glanced. And now, in the 34th, we are seeing that Krishna, he is called Bhuri Bhoja. Bhuri Bhoja. Why Bhuri Bhoja? Because Bhuri Bhoja means the unlimited enjoyer. Krishna enjoys unlimitedly. Everything belongs to him. And he takes great pleasure in fulfilling the request, the desires of his devotees. He takes great pleasure in doing so. So here also Krishna is enjoying, he is taking great pleasure in fulfilling the hidden thought within the heart of Sudama. Because that was the request of his wife, that please reach to Dwarkadhish. He will help you. But Sudama was feeling embarrassed before also, while coming to Dwarkadhish, because he thought, my desire is not pure. I am not approaching Krishna with a Shuddha Hridaya, with a pure heart, because we know that we should approach Krishna, the deities, the Lord, with pure desire. We should chant the holy names with pure heart. So many times sadhaka he also thinks that I am not approaching Krishna with pure hearted. But Srila Prabhupada says that even if you approach Krishna with impure desires, Krishna is all pure. He will make you pure. So don't worry. You approach towards Krishna. So here, Krishna, he is thinking. It's the story of embarrassment. Previously, Sudamaji, he was feeling embarrassed. And now, Krishna, he thinks that my dear friend has given me these grains of rice, which are so valuable, so great. It is the greatest of all the treasures I own. Why? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Krishna is thinking, his Bhakta Vatsal is thinking that Sudama did not own this rice. It was not in his home. Sudama went outside. He begged this rice. And after begging, he brought for me. He begged for me. But me, what I beg? All treasure, the entire universe, everything belongs to me. Everything is my property. I am the supreme proprietor of everything. What I will beg? So Krishna is thinking, but he is also thinking, therefore, it is proper only that I giving something more valuable than all my possessions. But Krishna is confused now. He is thinking, whatever I possess, there is nothing out of that. I cannot give something which I don't possess. Because everything is possessed by the Supreme Lord. He is the supreme possessor of everything. So at the end he thought, okay, I will give some meager things to Sudama. What can I give to my devotee and friend? So I will give him the opulence of Indra, Brahma. These meager things I can give. So Krishna, while eating the first pieces of rice, he gave the opulence. And actually Krishna tried his best to give everything whatever he has. Not just the opulences. He is Supreme Lord, Supreme Bhakta Vatsala. So he tried to give everything. How? In the second time he started to eat. And Rukmini ji caught his hand lovingly. And Rukmini ji, within her mind, she is saying to Krishna, my dear Lord, please don't do this. If you do this, I have to go in the home of Sudama and become his servant. So it's not that Krishna is just giving opulence. He was ready to give everything to Sudama, whatever he has. Even Rukmini ji, even he was ready to become his servant. But Rukmini ji caught the hand of Krishna. Please give us also something, some kripa. We also want to taste the rice of Sudama ji. So in this way, Krishna is feeling very embarrassed. And that I cannot give. I am not able to properly reciprocate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tatheva bhajamyaham. But he is failing to do so. Such is the power of great devotees, pure devotees like Sudama. He is not able to follow what he has spoken in Gita. He is not able to reciprocate properly with Sudama. This is his feeling. So previously, Sudama was embarrassed that I have brought this stale rice. And now, Krishna is embarrassed. I am not able to reciprocate suitably, properly with my dear friend. So it's a story of embarrassment. And then, so Krishna, he silently acted. Just like the clouds, the farmers, they offer so much. Abundant offerings are made by the farmers to the Indradev, and he's representing the big cloud, megas. And the cloud, they think that they are offering so much, many bhogas, 56 bhogas to us. And what I can give, I am giving in return just a little water. Suppose someone is offering you 56 bhoga mahaprasad, mahaprasadam thali, and in return if we give water, so it seems very injustice. So cloud thinks like this. And so the cloud, it rains when the farmers are slept in the night, silently. That the farmer don't see that we are raining, we are giving back. So cloud can give only water. So similarly, Krishna is thinking, I am just like that magnanimous cloud. Because he is Bhakta Vatsal. This is Krishna. We understand Krishna by the Acharyas. When I was in childhood, I was watching the serial Sri Krishna on the TV. So I thought, oh, Krishna gave so much to Sudama. He gave so much. I think, oh, very nice. But when I read Srimad Bhagavatam, then I understood that Krishna is feeling embarrassed that he could not give. He could not give what Sudama has given to him. So this is the difference. When we read the purports, the commentaries of pure devotees, we can understand the devotion, the devotees, the God, the Supreme God Krishna, more and more. So, and Sudama, he is also thinking now. Krishna is feeling embarrassed, and Sudama is thinking in the Sara Darshani Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that Sudama is thinking, Krishna, he gave the greatest opulences to me, which he considered to be, and he greatest opulences to me, and he is so great that he considered such opulences to be very meager, even very cheap than the stale rice which I brought for him. Actually my offering is so meager, but he respects it to be the greatest. This is the greatness of Krishna. So Sudama, he prays to Krishna. He prays within his mind after reaching home. He prays, may this love, friendliness, affection and service attitude remain life after life, birth after birth. May I keep associating with you and your devotees intimately. So in this way, Sudama is praying. He is praying. So we must offer prayers consistently. It's not easy to remember Krishna 24 hours. Prabhupada says that in the purports and in the books of, and Srila Rupa Goswami also says, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That is the essence of all, whatever we do in our spiritual life, the essence is this one line, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. But how we can remember? That is the question. How we can approach Krishna? It's not that everyone can approach Krishna. It's not that everyone can remember all the time. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, 4 types of people can approach me. So what is the basis of approach? If anyone of you like to say, how one can approach Krishna, what it needs to approach Krishna. There is something which is needed to approach the lotus feet of Krishna or to remember Krishna. In the shloka where 4 people, they approach Krishna. Chaturvidha bhajante mam, jano sukritino arjuna. So actually spiritual credits are needed to approach Krishna. It's not that the 4 categories, arth, artharthi, jigyasu, jnani-cha, bhartarshava, that those who are distressed, those who desire wealth, and those who are learned, and those who are inquisitive, these 4 categories are there. But before these 4 categories, sukriti, jano sukritino arjuna. O Arjun, those who are sukritivan, those who have spiritual credits into their account, whose account is full, they can approach Krishna. They can remember Krishna. So sometimes after Mangal Aarti, after Tulsi Aarti, devotees, they are blessing us with some flowers, take some flower. And sometimes I leave, okay, I will go. Less time, I will chant. But it takes some seconds, few seconds to take a flower which has been offered to Tulsi Devi before. It's like Mahaprasad. So I was thinking that Sukriti has to be increased. To remember Krishna 24 hours, we need more and more. Actually, we need abundance of pious credits. Abundance. Otherwise, it is said that one who has chanted once, he will become a devotee, it is for sure. One who is chanting, he will become. One who is eating prasad, he will become. So we are doing it. One is sure to go back home, back to Godhead. If he is chanting 16 rounds, if he is following 4 regulative principles, he is serving the Lord and the devotees. But we are serving more and more. So why we are hankering? Why we are increasing? Because Prabhupada said, Krita Krita Punya. The cowherd boys, the friends of Krishna, who are playing with Krishna, they have been given the chance after millions and millions of birth. In millions and millions of birth, they have acquired the spiritual credits. And now is the time that they are sitting with Krishna, enjoying the laddu, samosas, sitting and eating with Krishna together. So this is the spiritual credit we need. We also want to go one day in Goloka, and we also want to sit with Krishna. So we need to have a lot of spiritual credits. It's not just about entering the Dhamma. It's about getting the personal association of the Lord. So a lot of spiritual credits is needed. So Sudama, he had a lot of spiritual credits. My Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj used to say that a Brahmana, he was a Brahman, an ideal Brahman character, Sudama. Guru Maharaj used to say that a Brahman should be satisfied with whatever he gets. He should not demand, he should not desire. Whatever Lord bestows him, Krishna bestows him, he is satisfied in it. So this is the mood we should imbibe in us. Whatever we are getting in our life, we should be satisfied in it. And Sudama, he was akinchana. Sudama was akinchana. Kunti Devi prays, Namo akinchan vrittaya, nivrita gunavrittaye, atma ramaya shantaya, kavalya pate nama. That, oh my Lord, those who are akinchan, they can easily approach you. So Sudama was practicing this nature, the akinchana nature. Sudama was practicing. And without being akinchan, without being materially detached, it becomes very difficult to approach Krishna. Otherwise, our mind keeps on hankering on the things, on the situation, on the places, on the life, on our past, on our future. In the world, it keeps on hankering. So, to render devotional service to the Supreme Lord, one must completely detach himself from material enjoyment. So we must practice this akinchana vritti, which Sudamaji practiced. And in our movement also, devotees practice a lot, the akinchana vritti. Srila Prabhupada, my roommate, he was telling one story. Prabhupada, he was told by his Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Subhak Swami Maharaj, that in the early morning, early days of our movement, Hare Krishna movement, there were freezing cold. There were no personal clothing also. There used to be a box, that tin sheet box, iron box. And in the box, all dhoti kurta, it used to be washed and put. No personal clothes. And when you take bath, you come, you open the box, and you see the size. This fits. Okay, this fits me. Okay, I will wear. So like this, not even a single set of personal dhoti kurta. So like this, they practice akinchana. So austere, so austere, and no proper prasad. 3 times khichdi with chana dal. 3 times khichdi. So very much, no chapati, and sometimes chapati then with little dal and some radish leaves in the dal. That's it, like prasad. I felt blessed when His Grace Dharmata Prabhuji gave me a service to drop 2 of the Srila Prabhupada disciples, His Grace Gunanano Prabhu and his wife Vishalini Mataji. So they were describing while our way back to airport to Delhi that it was very difficult time. 50 years back, it was very difficult time. Mataji was saying, we were not getting chapatis, only brahmacharis were getting. And no chapati. And in the morning, very poor quality poha. We used to get very poor quality poha. No good poha also. And it was very tough days. No drinking, no RO system. We have RO in everywhere now. No RO. Groundwater we have to drink. They have to drink groundwater. And once what happened? That the water was smelling. So why the smell is coming? Everyone was thinking. After drinking for weeks and weeks, some person he went in the well, and he took a bucket and full of buckets and buckets came out. It was full of this much big some insect, dead insects, big. She did not know what was his name, but big insects. They died in the water. So that's why it was smelling. And they were drinking and drinking. Once she said that a cobra entered into her room. So much of difficulties. So the Prabhupada disciples, they have struggled a lot. So we too, we are not struggling actually. We are enjoying everything. But what we can do? So we can chant nicely. They struggled so that we can serve nicely, we can chant nicely, we can hear katha nicely, and air conditioning, fan, everything, all opulences are there. So these all opulences are meant to use properly in the service of Krishna and his devotees. All opulences are meant to increase our devotional service actually. So in this way, the Akinchan Vritti was practiced by Sudama, and in the early days by his disciples also, one last pastime of Srila Prabhupada. So there was a freezing cold in early morning, and Prabhupada, he was seeing from the window, and he saw the Sankirtan devotees, and there were no gloves. It was freezing cold, but still they were playing kartal, mridanga, holding books in their hands. And Srila Prabhupada, by seeing this scene, seeing their service attitude, tears trickled down, diamond-like tears trickled down from the eyes of Srila Prabhupada. And one devotee, one servant questioned, Srila Prabhupada, why are you crying? And Prabhupada replied, I can't provide them proper clothing. So I am fervently praying to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, these boys are working so hard for you. Please bless them. So with this story, I end. If there are any mistakes, please forgive me. And if there are any question, comment, ask. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you. The text you read is the last book I read. You see that Krishna is being compared to a cloud. Just throw some light on that.
Krishna is being compared with cloud. Yes. Cloud. Because I explained little that the Krishna is thinking that I am bestowing Sudamaji like the cloud. The farmers actually, they offer to cloud, they represent everything is a person actually. The clouds, the meghas also, they are personalities. The clouds are their forms. So the clouds, to them, the farmers are giving abundant offerings. Why? Because they want rain in return. They are worshipped, you can say. The clouds are worshipped by the farmers. But the cloud feel, oh, they are giving Chhappan Bhoga, so much of offerings. They are using all the 5 Pancha-Mahabhutas to worship me. And what I am giving in return? I am giving in return just little water, little rain. So the cloud feels embarrassed. So the cloud, what he do? He rains at the night when the farmers are slept. So similarly, Krishna, he was feeling embarrassed that Sudama gave him such thing, that precious of rice, which was not owned by him. He begged them, but I cannot beg anything because I am the supreme possessor of everything. I am the supreme proprietor. So I am not able to reciprocate him properly. What I can give? Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. She is thinking like this. I can only give like the cloud, a little water, a little meager things like the opulence of Lord Indra, Lord Brahma. What can I give? So this is Krishna. Thank you. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Krishna, Krishna,